did this last week. I felt the urge to just come down here and do it one more time, to do it again, and just to get it out of my system. So what happened? Okay, last year, and I'm going to read the note. Now, last year, the neighbour across the way lived. She was in her 60s. She lived in that unit complex with her husband. She was in her 60s, and very quiet people. Barely heard a peep out of them. She used to come out to the veranda to have a cigarette, and my partner didn't really like that too much. It wasn't that much of a bother. She had a cigarette. She go back inside. She never looked at us. They never had the balcony lights on. They never made noise. Very quiet people. In mid-December last year, so mid-December 2021, they moved out. So peace for all the rest of December. They weren't loud anymore. They weren't loud people. So all of January bliss. It was terrific. Halfway through February, one morning, suddenly these two guys turn up out of nowhere in the unit, because we didn't see anyone inspecting the place. There was no inspections, and they just turned up. And so we figured it would be through video inspection. Anyway, they turned up. I didn't feel good about this at all. Didn't feel good. And so one of them was very conservative, very quiet person. One makes up for that. It's obnoxious, highly obnoxious, and has some very bad habits. And that balcony light, the previous tenant never had their balcony light on. Never had it on. Never seen them turn it on. And the day these guys moved in, balcony light on, and another balcony light on. And when this first started happening, back in February, I should have done something about this at the time. I should have taken action at the time, and I didn't. And all this, it would have been all resolved 8 months ago if I had taken action about it at the time. Anyway, so within 12 hours of them moving, I hear this sudden, high-pitched karate chop sound he sneezed, and instantly my nerves were like, I was like, what the hell was that? Like, what the hell was that? And I was like, what was that? It was him. I'd never heard anything. I was like, and it's a regular habit, it's a bad habit, and a loud laughing. And this will be anytime from 8 p.m. onwards through to 12 a.m. sometimes. Yeah, people laugh. When I'm watching a movie and I find something funny, I'll do this. I'll be like, I'll just do that. Takes a lot for me to laugh loudly. This guy, he'll carry on, making loud noise, and comes straight into our living room, penetrates my brain, gives me a headache, gives me stress, withdrawals of my nerves. Very, very bad habits. And his normal speaking voice, he has one volume, loud, volume 10. And the thing is that they've gone away a couple of times, so I think it was in May, they went away for about 6 weeks, and then they came back. And he started off again. Actually, July 25 through till September 7. So I've got all the dates written down. July 25 through to September, but he came back on July 27 in the evening at 9:30 p.m. Gave out a karate chops, big karate chop sneeze. But then all of August, nothing. Came back on September 7. They came back because that evening the light went on, and he wasted no time in being loud. And that was a very haunting evening for me, because for 6 weeks, total. No, actually, it wasn't bliss here. It wasn't total quiet, because every day, like, are they coming back today? Are they coming back today? And they start that. Are they coming back today? So I didn't really get much peace per se in that time. But that evening on September 7th this year, it was just like balcony light went on, and then peace started up, and by between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. carrying on loudly, big loud laughing, carrying like an imbecile actually. It's like, you know, I've been away from here for 6 weeks, I'm back home tonight, and I'm going to let everyone know about it. And my nerves have been severely affected by all this. My quality of life has been affected by I haven't had a lot of peace at all this year, and I think I do deserve better from a neighbour. I'm a fantastic neighbour, and I've been told that I'm a good neighbour. And this guy over here, this guy directly above me, great neighbour, top neighbour. This guy over here, one of the worst neighbours I've ever had. My neighbour has caused me an enormous amount of stress, grief, anxiety, and on top of everything else that I've got going on, because I've got my plate is full. I've got a full plate, and of a day I approach certain things to try to resolve certain things that I've got going. I don't need that. Don't need it. And I'm sick and tired of it. And I wrote him a note. I wrote him a letter. Well, the letter that I actually really wanted to write him wouldn't have worked out too well, because he wouldn't have liked that, and he was that I'm being harassed. So I wrote him a diplomatic letter. And I procrastinated on putting it in his letterbox, because I thought, is it going to cause trouble? Is he going to react to it? Attention neighbour, this is the diplomatic version. My sense of diplomacy. Attention neighbour from across the way. I'm guessing you're Unit 8. I'm fairly certain. Please keep your balcony light off of an evening at night, as it is very intrusive and causes me a lot of stress. And we did get blackout curtains. We've got blackout curtains, but that's not the point. Because it is very intrusive and causes me a lot of stress. There's absolutely no need for you to have your balcony light on or the other one when it gets dark. That is how I like it to be, dark. Balcony lights are annoying. They are glaring. Your big loud laughing and big voice travels straight into our unit and penetrates my brain and gives me headaches and stress and high blood pressure. I threw the high blood pressure in, but we're not far away from what I tell you, as well as your sudden high-pitched karate chop sounding sneezes, which have jolted my nerves quite badly, have not been good for my nerves. These things have been affecting me since the day you moved in. Nobody laughs like that. Back last year there was a lady in her 60s who resided in that unit with her husband for a long time. They were very quiet people. We barely heard a peep out of them, and they never had that balcony light on. In fact, I didn't know it worked until you moved in, as they never used it, and we lived here in peace. Yes, we did. And in mid-December they moved out, so we had quiet. They were quiet anyway, I have that in brackets. From there, the rest of December, all of January and half of February, it was bliss. It was marvellous. And then you moved in. For goodness sakes, please keep that balcony light off and tone down your laughing and sneezing. Laugh quietly before I have a nervous breakdown. Your balcony light is not a lighthouse beacon for ships in the night. All it does is annoy me and upsets my nerves. Oh, I gave them this version. Please turn your balcony light off. Please keep your balcony light off during late afternoon and evening and at night. It is extremely intrusive. Please keep your voice down, which includes loud laughing and sudden loud high-pitched sneezes. And my nerves are being jolted and badly affected. You moved in. The watered down version. And I had enough of it. I had quite enough of it. I'm at wit's end. My nerves are quite bad. I'm sick and tired of it. I mean, sick and tired of it. I was sick and tired of it the first time. It was the day they moved in. I'm like, oh, here we go. And hasn't been good. Hasn't been good. And I think he knows he's loud, very loud. Disrespectful neighbours. Where the bloody hell did they come from? Where do they come from? And what was I going to say? Oh, so I did put that watered down note in his letterbox. I put it in his letterbox. The next day, I thought tonight there'd be no balcony light. My goodness, the balcony light went on in the afternoon, went on early, the earliest it's ever gone on, stayed on all night. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You're a very spiteful person. You're not a very nice person. You're bad. You've got to go. You've got to go. I was absolutely convinced of it. The note I gave him, I thought, this is going to take care of everything overnight. This is going to fix it all. And had no effect. That's how it is. Balcony lights! You don't need your balcony light on, there's no reason to have your balcony light on. Back when I was there, only annoy your neighbours, never have your balcony light on. I used to turn ours on for 1 minute or two here and there to water the plants. I don't even do that anymore, I don't turn it on. And actually, I don't turn our balcony light on as a hint, as an example for him not to turn his on, but he's in his 40s, late 40s, and disrespectful neighbours. Oh, and it's the date today. What is the date today? I think it's the 12th of November. I think it's the 12th of November. I think I'm fairly certain it's the 12th of November today, 2022. I'm very self-conscious about walking out on the balcony that faces them. The other balcony that we have, beautiful, total privacy, beautiful. It's on the, it's great. I'm totally self-conscious of walking out into our balcony at the moment, totally self-conscious about it. I feel like I'm just, and